We're ready. A hearing on credit. Oh, it's child support.
Good morning. This is call number 2013-44812 in the interest of Christopher, Mandy, and Ashley Courtney. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, Mr. Davidson. Okay, your answer, sir?
I do.
All right. Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
April West, and I'm their mother.
All right. And sir, your name and your relationship to the children.
Christopher Courtney, and I'm their father.
And for the state.
Sharday Parker. Mr. Courtney is represented by Robert Davidson, Your Honor. He's not in. I don't see where he went.
Yeah, he stepped out for a second. He said he'll be right back.
Okay, we'll have to wait for him.
Here he is. He's coming.
Oh, okay.
All right, sir, please identify yourself and who you represent.
I'm Robert Davidson, and I'm here representing Christopher Courtney.
Okay, we've got a suit for modification of support order and motion to confirm support arrearage. We're having a hearing. Do we have any stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor. The parties have stipulated that as of April 30th, 2021, Mr. Courtney is in arrears $36,748.
We do stipulate to that per the court order.
Okay.
Your Honor, the parties also stipulate that Mr. Courtney had possession of the child, Christopher Courtney Jr., since at least August of 2017. And the parties are going to stipulate that in 2017, Miss West made $12 per hour and she worked 40 hours per week. The parties are also going to stipulate that in 2018, she made $13 per hour and she worked 40 hours 2018, Your Honor, she made $13 per hour and worked 40 hours per week. In 2019, she made $16 per hour and worked 40 hours per week. In 2020, she made $16 per hour and worked 40 hours per week. And in 2021, she's made $19 per hour and has worked 40 hours per week.
Okay.
Those are the stipulations, Your Honor.
And the issues are?
The issue is how the credit is calculated.
Possession credit?
Yeah, how the possession credit is calculated. In the divorce decree, there was no step down. Mr. Courtney was ordered to pay $400 per month with no step down. And Miss West believes that the credit should be calculated. You just divide the $400 by 3, and then he should get credit based on that. And Mr.
Okay, wait a minute. You said he had possession of all 3 children.
No, he had possession of one, Christopher Courtney Jr., one child. He only had possession of one child, Christopher Courtney Jr., since 2017.
Okay.
And Miss West had the other 2 children in her possession. And she believes the credit should be calculated by dividing it by $400 divided by 3. And for Mr. Courtney, what he believes is that we calculated the amount that she would have paid him in child support, and he was given a credit for that. He would like to be given a credit for that, but Miss West is not in agreement with that.
All right. So what are the numbers on this calculation?
Well, the total calculation that I had was what she would have paid him would have been $16,520.
Okay.
And that's the number on that.
We would also ask that once he received the credit, that that the interest that he'd been charged on the child support be calculated into the actual figure of its arrearages.
All right. But this is your agreement for your client, Mr. Davidson, that you're thinking that the mother, that he should be given credit for $16,520 plus interest against the $36,748.
Yes, sir. That's what we're asking.
All right, Ms. West, you have something you want to add to that?
Well, since I was just going off of, because when we were divorced, it wasn't based on percentage of a job. It was just based off $400 a month for all three children, and he never paid that. And to be fair, because I've worked, and yes, I do make decent money to provide for my children, that he shouldn't be able to get that substantial amount of credit because I've worked, because at the end of the day, he's had plenty of time to work and I just think that to be out of fairness, because it wasn't based on percentage, to take the 400 and divide it by 3.
Your Honor, I would add in reply to that Mr. Courtney has been severely disabled since the time of the divorce. He's had numerous operations. He's currently collecting Social Security in the amount of $449 a month. And that's his only income and his only ability to go to work. He would point out that he's had a number of major operations during the time since the divorce. He's never been in a position to work.
Recent operations.
And he's had 3 recent operations in the past year.
Since December.
Oh, since December. He would also testify that as far as the 2 daughters who've been living with Ms. West, that he has seen them every time she's allowed him to, which is every time that's provided for in the court order, and that her argument is to her providing for the children. He would testify that on his $449 a month income, in addition to supporting his son, he's been buying basic necessities for the 2 girls during that entire time, including things like toiletries and underwear and basic clothes that the mother has failed to provide for them.
There's no proof of that.
Okay. And I'm not going to take that into consideration.
And Your Honor, the number.
Hold on, Ms. Parker. If there is a modification, what does the modification? Is there stipulations as to the modification?
Your Honor, no, we haven't made any stipulations to the modification. Well, I mean, I guess we can all stipulate that he is receiving Social Security. Like we're worried about the credit. We're here about the credit, Your Honor.
All right.
We would like to, if we go forward, we would like to have the order modified so that it reflects the fact that Mr. Courtney has the son, that Ms. West has the 2 daughters, and that the order reflect that, and that the child support obligation reflect their current ability to pay.
Your Honor, the order can be modified to reflect a new amount, but to show that he has a son and she has a daughter, he has not filed any paperwork for that. So that's not going to be addressed here today. Like, he's either getting credit or not, but whether he has custody of the son, there's no paperwork on file. There's no counter petition for that. So that is not going to be discussed here today.
Okay, that is correct, because this is strictly a suit for modification of support order and motion to confirm support arrearage. It's not a suit for modification of custody. Of
It is for
conservatorship.
modification of the support order, which should carry forward the proper amount of child support to go forward, Your Honor, of course.
Well, that, yeah, but it's not set up for a modification of conservatorship. In other words, we can't declare that he has conservatorship of the child, etc., because nothing has been filed in terms of modifying the conservatorship of many of these children. Is it your intention to file something in that regard, Mr. Davidson?
Yes, sir, it is. Now, I would say that as reflecting Mr. Courtney's financial situation, is we will file that. I guess I can't really ask the court to allow us to do any kind of trial work to do that, or get something on file to get it started right now, but I would like to go forward with that and do it in a way that that is compatible with Mr. Courtney's financial situation.
Well, for efficiency, I'm sorry?
I'm not in agreement to that. The state objects to that.
For judicial efficiency, I'm assuming that Mr. Davidson's going to file a motion to modify conservatorship. So it should all be heard at one time. So I'm going to transfer this case to the 257th District Court. Bureau mediation is ordered. And, the 257th can hear the entire, you understand what I'm talking about, Ms. West and Mr. Davidson. The 257 court, assuming you're going to file a motion to modify conservatorship, it can hear the whole matter all at one time and just close it out, because otherwise we're going to end up having, two different hearings, two different orders. I think it needs to be consolidated. All right. Anything further?
No, Your Honor. Okay, you guys can log back into the other Zoom. I just need to get some information from you for the transfer to the district court, and then you'll be done. So just go log.
That first
Yeah, go back. Yes, ma'am. Go back to the first one.